one. We are live, baby, live. The only thing is we're not in picture right now, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? We could talk that talk. We good,
Yo, yo.
but we are live, so everybody can hear us. If anybody were to log into our page right now. Okay, guys, we're gonna get started shortly. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that advertisement on YouTube. What's our YouTube thingy majingy? What's our YouTube link?
Was that
YouTube.
ET?
I wonder if oh, it doesn't. Okay, I thought our page would have like already like a we are live. And then let me just tell Mace whenever he wants, he could just jump in on you. You can jump in whenever you want on Discord. We're live. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, that's good to have it right here like this, even if it's on mute, so I can see the who's in here. Let me just tell Mace whenever. All right. My brother. Now
Yo, yo.
everybody can see us. What's going on, man? What you been up to, man? How's everything going, man? It's been like what 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks that we haven't been in the podcast together. We talk like almost every day, so that's that. But podcasting, man, how's everything going with you, brother?
Man, everything's good, bro. Can't complain. We're healthy. And I mean, the draft was just 2 weeks ago. And outside of the Giants, it was a fun draft to watch.
How yeah.
I love the draft. I watch it all through Saturday. It was cool to be able to watch these dudes go where they went. Teams did really well. A lot of big trades. It was Madden 101 one more time.
Absolutely.
And obviously, I love what we did. We got some dogs. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yep.
How are you, man?
Doing good, brother. Excited for this podcast that we got going on. We are supposed to be joined by Mace. If Mace comes through, he'll pop on whenever he can. If he can't, he can't. Um, but just excited because there's so much to talk about in the New York Giants, and we took a nice little break, just let things build up. Now we got things to build up, and there's a whole bunch of topics to talk about, brother. So I'm excited. It's gonna be some wild takes that I'm gonna do today, and I'm excited for that, brother. I'm excited, man. Well, real quick, right off the bat, we gotta talk about the obvious thing, which is James Bradbury already released. It is what it is, you know. I wanted Bradbury in our team, but he's not on our team. You know, good luck to him, to whoever team he decides to go to, as long as he's not playing against the Giants, and
Yeah,
that's that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Any thoughts on that, brother? On that Bradbury situation? Like, what's up with you?
that stinks that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we both wanted him on.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I was like, "Yo, if you're gonna get Sauce Gardner, okay," but we didn't have Sauce, and that obviously changed. It stinks because there goes our number one, and there goes a big hole that has to be filled. Now I don't know if Adoree Jackson can fill it. He
Mm-hmm.
played all right. He missed games still last year. It's going to be interesting. That's the one thing I am worried about is that cornerback slot. But I mean, hey, what they always say, an edge rush will help secondary. There's still Xavier in there. You still got Julian Love, A Rob. I think they need to draft. I think they need to go and sign somebody, just a vet min that can come in and compete and perform, and
Right.
Xavier Rhodes or a Jimmy Smith. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I am concerned.
Yeah. I mean, listen. The good thing about Wink's defense is right. You don't got to cover for a long time, man. Usually they want to get to that quarterback quick by blitzes and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of press, a lot of things right at the middle. The routes that are gonna be that you need to cover is inside routes, slants, ins, things of that sort. Even drag routes, things that are running away because they're trying to get rid of the ball quick. So you know, um, it is gonna be a concern. I'm more concerned about the middle linebackers that we have more than even Bradbury leaving. Bradbury leaving, it is what it is. Shit happens. But with that being said, Bradbury, have a nice life, brother. We appreciate the time you was here. We appreciate that one Pro Bowl season that you had with us. Good luck wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. I appreciated Bradbury the player. So no ill will towards him. Now on to the main event. I feel like for this podcast, it is the 2022 New York Giants schedule that came out. We are just off a strength of schedule based off last year ranks. We are the 29th easiest schedule on the NFL. Only Philly and only our division opponents have an easier schedule, and the only reason why they have an easier schedule is because they face us, the Giants. So it is what it is. You know, we got to turn that around. How you feel about the schedule, man? Did you get a chance to look at the schedule? Do you need me to go ahead and read out some games?
No, I got the schedule right in front of me.
Right off the bat, we got Tennessee
Yeah.
Titans. How you feel about that one?
I mean, that's going to be interesting because obviously there's a lot of questions the Giants still have to answer. But
It's way too
the
early to be
yeah.
scientific on these things, right? But we could throw out
And
some things.
I mean, the Titans just traded AJ Brown, who will see in the season obviously later because he's with the Eagles. They don't really have much of a wide receiving corp outside of AJ Brown. You know, Julio Jones didn't really get a chance to do much in that system, and he was gone soon after that. You know, this year. So,
Right now,
I'm kind of
their starting wide receiver. Sorry for interrupting you. Is Robert Woods, Traylon Burks, and Nick Westbrook.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, you know what? Those two first guys are pretty legit. I mean, their first rounder.
He's supposedly a copy of AJ Brown, right? You think he's gonna deliver AJ Brown level though on day one of the new season? You
want to put that on the rookie. You really don't want to put that on the rookie, especially a guy who, you know, there's still a lot of questions about him as well, and there's still a lot more things he can improve on as far as his speed. And I mean, he's a bull, but AJ Brown, I remember AJ Brown having this, like he wasn't a first rounder. AJ Brown just kind of made himself up. So it'll be interesting. But Traylon Burks, you know, that was a comp, was AJ Brown. So we'll see.
Shout out to everybody who watching the chat right now. Tarun said, good DBs will be available at cheap, especially after June. That's what in regards of Bradbury being MIA. And then he doesn't believe that our schedule is easy until after week 6 and so forth. So I haven't really taken a look at our schedule. I kind of want to see what are the Giants facing off the rip. So let's see here. I know the Titans. I know that that's probably the only one that I know of right now. Where is the schedule?
I got you right here.
Right here. I see it. So Titans. Okay. Everybody knows the Titans are an elite team. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing holding back the Titans is their quarterback position. But hear me out, and just spitballing. We don't know. There's a lot of time from here on out all the way till the season starts. If you would just look at the Giants defense, let's talk about the defense first. What would you think the Giants defense would be good at this year? Like, in your opinion, Manny?
I think they'll be better at defending the run, and I think they should. I mean, no, I'll scratch. I think they should be better at getting to the quarterback. I think they should be better at getting at the quarterback and getting those sack numbers. That would be it. They need to improve on a lot of things on that defense, though. The run defense needs to be better. Coverage, you know, they need to get the ball more. They had too many. There was too many times that their hand was on the ball and they dropped it. So they need to get better at that. They got a lot of improvements they need. But I would hope the rush, because that was the worst part of the team. They got no pressure on the quarterback. Quarterback was able to chill there and do his thing before he was able to get the.
So you would say it was a bad defense overall, but if you would say the strength for the defense more or less would run stopping more than pass rush, because there was no pass rush, correct?
and they were still getting run the ball on
They
too.
were getting no, no,
So
no. Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, this defense was a mess too. But
I mean, they
uh,
weren't bad, but they weren't the top 10 that they were in 2020.
no,
Um,
that's interesting, man. Because I feel like the only reason why they were worse it was because our offense was worse. So they were spending so much time
No.
on the field, and they were a defense that were never playing with a lead. So I feel like sometimes some stats are misleading a little bit. But here's what I do want to point out. This is just reality. Dexter Lawrence requires two guys to block him. Uh Leonard Williams requires two guys to block him. Right? So you already
Yeah.
have those two monsters. Hopefully Dexter Lawrence moves to nose guard. And you already four possible linemen already consumed. At least three. We'll say three for sure consumed on two guys. That means that our linebackers are going to be very free to risk their lives trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Because at the end of the day, you still got to go ahead and risk your life trying to tackle Derrick Henry. But
Yeah.
if I'm not saying you're gonna stop Derrick Henry, I'm saying limit Derrick Henry to maybe 100 yards and a touchdown, 130
Yeah.
and a touchdown, and that is still a really good day. And then you have to figure out if Ryan Tannehill can ball out and beat you.
If
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, if the Giants can put themselves in a situation that in the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left situation, Ryan Tannehill has to win the game,
Bingo, bingo.
they have a shot. They have a shot, you know.
And again,
Um,
I know that the team was elite last year, but I love matchups, man. I think the Giants match up very well as a team against a run or either balanced or a run heavy team.
you know how much sacks Taylor Lewan gave up last year in the opening versus Chandler Jones and the Cardinals?
Well, how many sacks?
5.
So did the Titans lose game one of this season?
They lost. They lost. They got bulldozed game 1 by the Cardinals. Last.
That's
That's what
interesting.
that's what got everyone. That's what got everyone on the Cardinals shit before they started, coming back to earth mid season.
So that Titans game, it's gonna be. Listen, I don't expect us to win, but I expect that game to be competitive right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. I think you and I have gotten to the point where maybe we're just expecting competitiveness and actual football.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I mean, yo, how do you feel about game one of the season? Are you gonna panic if this offense is not putting up points?
They need to put up at least like 21 points. They need to. That's it, at least, because I get it. First game of the season, feeling out. It's live. They need to put up at least 21 points. At least, like if they put up 19 points, 20 points, I'm gonna have an issue.
Here's the only one thing though. Tennessee is a really good defense. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's second.
not even Tennessee. Wait. Never mind. I'm looking at the points per game offense. Let me see allowed. Well, let me see where was Tennessee last year. Tennessee was ranked. Holy shit. Okay. 20 points per game they were used to allow. That's top 10 probably. Yeah, like that's on some elite. Let me see. Oh, dude, they were the number 6 ranked team. So they had a top.
They played good defense. They played good defense, and they got a really good defensive tackle in Simmons.
They were legit 1 point off of being a top 5 points per game type of offense. A defense. I'm sorry.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
They're a solid defense. So it's like, should we panic week 1 if we don't score 21 or more points?
I think they just need to be competitive that game. No blowouts.
The reasonable thing to say would be just be competitive, make it a low scoring game, and if we take a L, we take an L, but at least we'll be competitive on that, right?
Exactly.
Problem is too though, it's the Giants. The Giants are gonna be showing people. There's no book on the Giants. Whatever you're only gonna go by whatever the Giants are gonna do in the preseason. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna show a lot on the preseason, right? So the Tennessee Titans are gonna be there, and they're gonna be like, holy shit, what are these guys gonna do? So it's gonna be interesting, man. We know what the Titans do. The Titans don't know what we do. That's gonna be interesting.
It'll be good to watch, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping it's a dub.
I don't want to break down every single game there, but you tell me, out of the first, let's say for example, 5 games, where you got your eyes at? Obviously the Cowboys are gonna be here on the Monday night, and that's gonna be week 3. Is that where
I'm interested with the Cowboys? I'm interested with the Cowboys. Let's just talk about the Cowboys in general, and let's talk about them, in general, because we also play them on Thanksgiving in the middle of Thanksgiving.
And by the way, guys, we will have an episode breaking down the NFC, just exclusively, pretty much, of breaking down those teams and how they match up against the Giants, how the Giants match up against them. So we will have that.
I think the Cowboys, it's going to be they're an interesting team this year. I'm not going to say that they're bad. I still think that they're probably second right now to the Eagles.
The best quarterback in the division.
Right. They still have the best defensive player in the division in Micah Parsons. He's a freak.
They're ready to go there.
Yeah, like they are. I think right now, I'm willing to say that. It's okay. I don't give a fuck if it's a jinx. That's Cowboys.
No.
You got it.
No.
They got all the flowers.
Hey, listen.
Give them their flowers.
Yeah.
They're a good team. They still got a top left tackle if he's healthy. They still got a right guard if he's healthy. They lost their right tackle in free agency. They did draft Tyler Smith. I like Tyler Smith in the second round. If you got him in the third, it'd be a steal. In the first was tough. Their defense did lose Randy Gregory, so that's going to hurt them as well. Their secondary was good, obviously, because of those interceptions by Trayvon Diggs. But can you expect a cornerback to continue to get double-digit interceptions? That helped them a lot as well. DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be good. I'm very interested in this team because as much as they've lost, they still have a good roster. But again, it's the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. It's the Cowboys, and it's always going to be one. Like if the Giants are on that game, I'm not going to say they're going to win, but they can. Again, theme of the show, be competitive.
I agree 100% with you. It's now the question is who's. I mean, obviously, Amari Cooper is no longer in the Cowboys, right? CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, those guys are still good wide receivers. CeeDee Lamb is a monster, obviously, and Michael Gallup. I love Gallup. For real.
I'm interested. The only thing is, if you see look at Dak's numbers when Amari Cooper wasn't there, the numbers are different once Amari Cooper got there. So now he's gone. I'm sure Dak Prescott, obviously, he's grown into that one of those better quarterbacks that can be in that. But Gallup is in and out of the lineup, and that connection with him and CeeDee haven't been there yet. So they did re-sign Dalton Schultz. Yeah, they did re-sign Dalton Schultz. He's still on the team.
Schultz, exactly. Yep. Correct.
So and obviously Zeke is still here. Yep. He's you can say what you want, garbage. But you can say what you want.
The better quarterback, the better running back is Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard is gonna get just as much love as Zeke. So they already have like a 50-50 split, both pass and run on the team, and Tony Pollard is the scary guy in that offense. In terms of
it's always fun playing the Cowboys, so it'll be fun to play them again.
That will be Monday night.
Plus I live in Texas too, boots on the ground, so I hear it all the time, every day.
What is? So you're hearing it out there. It's on the radio out there. Just give me a heads up, and this is kind of left field type of thing. What's the feel out there on the Cowboys roster? Like, do they like their roster? Do the Cowboys fans like what they got right now?
They don't like the fact, and this is like my friends that are telling me this. They don't like the fact that Randy Gregory left because of a BS clause in the contract. They're not fans of the fact that they drafted Tyler Smith, who some of our friends who aren't in the weeds of college, like we all, everyone likes watching football in Texas.
Right.
We watch it all.
They watch high school ball. They watch high school ball.
High school ball is excessive in Austin, no issue. So they love football in general, but they obviously don't watch. I don't think outside of UT, outside of their, the schools in Texas, they don't probably watch Tulsa, and maybe they do. So maybe some of them knew, but my friends were like, I don't know who this guy is. The rest of the draft wasn't great for them either. They weren't huge fans of the Jalen Tolbert from the dude from South Alabama that they drafted. They weren't extreme. I mean, Sam Williams was a good player, but he's like a third, fourth rounder, and they were like, they weren't really necessarily excited with that. They weren't necessarily excited with the fact that they lost, La'el Collins for nothing. They ain't excited about the fact that they, got only a fifth rounder from Amari, and that's a hole. So they still think they're better.
It's a step backwards.
They still think they're better than the Eagles and better than the Giants and the Commodores.
Okay.
But we'll see. Obviously, I talked my shit and I said they stink. But we'll see, because they still have probably right now they're obviously the best quarterback in the division. Top 5 quarterback.
They have the best quarterback in the division, but they have, I want to say, the third or fourth worst coach in the division too. And that, to me, is the Achilles heel for the Cowboys, is their coaching staff.
I won't even consider Brian Daboll, you know what I mean? Because Brian Daboll, like he's like, I'm only ranking 3 of those coaches because I don't even know what Brian Daboll is going to be as a coach yet.
I agree. I'm not putting Daboll at 1, but I could put Daboll at 1. Why? Because it's not even just Daboll by himself. Think about the coaches. Think about offensive coordinator coming from a top 3 offense.
Yeah.
Head coach coming from a top 3 offense. Defensive coordinator has been a top 5 defense almost his entire life, with the exception of 1 year. So
exactly,
we don't need to technically wait and see. These guys are proven guys that are coming in here. But let's not put that juju on them. I agree, but we do have proven guys.
So far, so good.
Right.
Real quick, before, I just want to say this about the draft so far. I just want to say this about the draft. I don't even want to get into it. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it loosely.
Sure.
I love that this looked like Joe Shane's show, and this was his draft, and this was carte blanche. Exactly what we wanted, what we were asking for. Don't give me any more rejects from the Giants' Super Bowl wins before. That was great. History's awesome. The Giants were great, but the Giants' way fucking sucked. And it needed to be changed and needed to be reborn. And I'm not saying Joe Shane's the guy, but man, that looked like his show. And we got 2 dudes, 5 and 7, that we didn't even think were possibilities. They had a plan the rest of the draft. Go young, go athletic, go upside, go scheme fit. And they filled depth. That was the thing they worked on. And I love that the fact that they got a dude that I thought was going to be a 3rd rounder for sure in the 6th, and Darren Bevers. And I'm not just talking about because the round he was supposed to be picked in. I'm talking about as a player, I think he's really good. You and I watched Sauce tape together, but we were always gravitated to Darren Bevers as well, the linebacker from Cincinnati. Like, he always caught our eye. He's a
good run linebacker, that's for sure. I remember it's funny because it's true what you're saying. There was times when we were watching Sauce and we're like, oh, Zero, hey, look at Zero right there. And Zero used to make a lot of noise. And for those who don't know, Darren Bevers was actually number 0 in the Cincinnati Bearcats defense. And the kid is a playmaker, man. I am not comfortable yet saying that he's good on pass coverage, but he's all over the place. This guy is a poor man's Micah Parsons, yo. He rushes the quarterback. He blitzes pretty good. Like, yo, I'm not going to put him on Michael Parsons, but I'm going to say he has the tools to do the exact same thing. Maybe not at that elite level. Who knows? We'll see what he turns out to. I'm not expecting much from him in year 1 either, especially since he's a 6th rounder.
It was a Joe Shane show. It was a Joe Shane show, and it was hell. It was exciting as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It was great, beautiful.
Nah, absolutely.
So another thing too that I'm really like, I just want to just go into the schedule and just like the one game I'm looking forward to playing is that game against the Packers in London. Only real reason, and this is the only type of analyst talk we can go into because they're probably going to win that game. But my excitement for that game is beer in the morning.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah, that hey, why not? Why not just go and hit a pub nice and early, or get in your living room nice and early? Hey, you could get the game out of the way early. You could even go ahead and go do things with the missus. You could just your Sunday could start early. So that's true, man. I didn't even think about that, man. I could actually make plans for Sunday afternoon. I could go to a brunch and make it. So thank you for that one. I actually wasn't thinking about that. Listen, why not? Let's go real quick through the whole entire season. Way too early, win loss. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just say week 1, and I'm gonna just put a notepad here, right? I'm gonna open a notepad. Everybody sees me opening the notepad right now and I'm gonna just go Manny, and I'm gonna go Tone. Manny, week 1, Tennessee, win or loss?
I'll go lost.
Okay, loss. I'm gonna go win.
You gotta be realistic, bro.
I am being realistic. I like the matchup. Week 2,
I feel you. Okay.
Carolina Panthers.
Win.
That's a win. All right, we both.
That's a big Jameis Winston dub.
All right. Week 3, Dallas Cowboys.
I'll say lost. I'll say a loss.
I'll say a win. I'll go win. All right. So,
if any of this becomes real, first time I see you, I'm kissing you.
That Cowboy game, honestly, it's gonna be a lot of breaking down to do. Remember where? I'm gonna change my mind. I'm going loss.
Thank you. All right, come on. No jinxes.
Yeah, I'm going loss. Week 4, Chicago. Going W. I'm going W also. So you're 2-2. I'm 3-1. Not bad. Green Bay Packers.
I'll put an early morning L.
Okay, me too. No doubt. All right. So you're 2-3, which is great, and I'm 3-2, which is not bad at all. I mean the Giants are
better.
2.
I would donate blood for 3-2.
Baltimore Ravens.
Take the L.
I'm going with a W. Against the Ravens. I'm going to say we play the Ravens just as tough as we play the Philadelphia Eagles because they run almost the exact same offense. Yes, Lamar is 20 times better than Jalen Hurts, but I'm going to say we clamp down Lamar.
Bro, we do got the DC from there now.
Yeah. Yo.
Hey, shout out mom-in-law. She's in the city. Show her some love and respect if you see her.
Shout out to mama-in-law. Shout outs. What's going on? I lost the schedule. Okay, schedule right here. Jacksonville Jaguars, week 7.
Think of it like this: WWE versus AEW. We're WWE, they're AEW. We win.
All right. Damn, this is honestly tough for me. I'm gonna go L.
Yeah, bro. Every time in the spaces yesterday, they kept talking about Jacksonville, and I'm like, bro, they got a fake ass Vince McMahon over there running the show. I'm not worried about Jacksonville. Although I'll say this, Trevor Lawrence, I am a believer of Trevor Lawrence. I am.
And the problem with me is it's Peterson who's back, and Peterson is gonna have a pass first offense, and that's my scare, right? So I'm gonna give L's to all the teams that I think are gonna be heavy pass against the Giants. So I gave it already to the Cowboys. I gave us an L. I gave us an L against Green Bay. I'm going to give us an L against Jacksonville Jaguars. Seattle Seahawks.
Win,
right?
They got Drew Cock on their team. I'm not worried.
What you got right now? You are right now at 4-4. I'm right now at 5-3. So
I feel lovely with you said 4-4.
You are 4-4 right now. No, I'm sorry. You're 2-4. Yeah, no, 4-4. Yep, 4-4. You you have L first week 1. You have an L.
Yeah.
Let me recap. I'll recap. Real quick recap. Let me go up the way up. You have
No,
Dallas.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you have Carolina win. You have Dallas loss. You have Chicago win. You have Green Bay loss. You have Baltimore loss. You have Jacksonville win, and then Seattle Seahawks win. So you're 4-4 right now. Halfway, hitting our bye, which is week 9. Okay, so we'll do that bye and bye.
I think we're gonna win the bye.
We'll win the bye too. I agree with that. I like.
Fuck
that.
yeah.
All right, so Detroit Lions week 11.
No, it's week 10 versus the Texans.
Oops, sorry. Yes, Texans. Week 10 against the Texans, that's a W, right? I agree with you there too. Shit.
We're going into Thanksgiving 6-4. Let's go.
Sunday, MetLife Lions, November 20th.
We're going into Thanksgiving 6-4.
Okay, so boom, W for me too. I think we're going to Thanksgiving at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 3.
I think 6-4, bro. If either of those were accurate, I'm eating that. I'm eating that stuffing with so much pride.
Yeah.
My wife makes it homemade. Shout out my wife.
Custom homemade stuffing, baby. That's how we gotta hear.
Bro, you know, if you ever want to come to Texas, it's homemade until you leave.
I know I'm gonna eat good out there for sure.
Get a gig out here.
Facts. I appreciate that, my brother. We are going to week 12. No, not week 12. Week 13.
Yeah, no, week 12. You got week 12 versus the Cowboys. Thanksgiving.
Oh, they don't even have it here. Okay. Week 12 Cowboys. Yeah. I'm gonna say we split. So we said lost the first time. I'll say we split with them.
Yeah, I think we're probably gonna lose this game as well. Hey, listen. I think I need to see us beat the Cowboys before I start predicting we'll beat them.
Okay.
In my mind, I might think we'll win, but I'm not gonna put that out there because I just don't have any confidence other than I hate the fucking Cowboys.
I hear you. Week 13, the Washington Commanders.
Commodores.
Yep. What do you got with them?
Yeah.
You got a W or you got an L?
I see a big L.
You took the L?
For Washington.
Oh, for Washington. All right, cool.
Well, bro, look at their quarterback situation. I get that we got Daniel Jones, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried with Heineken. I'm not worried with Heineken, and I'm not worried with fucking Sam Howell.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carson Wentz. He's on the team now. Definitely not worried. A W.
Philadelphia Eagles, week 14.
We always split. I'll say we win this one. Okay. Is that at home? Or we win this one?
That's at home. Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right. I'm gonna let Philly sweep us. So I'm gonna go with the L.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings, week 16.
What about week 17 versus Washington?
Say it again.
Week 17 versus Washington.
Yeah, but what about Minnesota, week 16?
No, I'm sorry, week 15 versus Washington.
Is that right
after the Eagles? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This schedule is so messed up. Let me hold on. Let me get another
schedule. Yeah,
Schedule.
You good?
2022. Because it's so hard to read that schedule.
So the next game after the Eagles is Washington.
Back to back. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with we sweep Washington Redskins.
I think so too. We sweep Washington.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go with a sweep of Washington. I like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and go to the Vikings on week 16. What's that? Week 16, right? Yep, that's week 16. What do you got?
As our good friend on Twitter, shout out Big Blue Stan, said, the most dangerous quarterback in NFL history is Kirk Cousins in an early game. Give me the Vikings.
I would agree with that too. I'm gonna go with the Vikings take
If
that
we were
one.
to, if we were playing the Vikings on Monday night or Thursday night or any primetime slot, I'm taking the Giants.
All right. We have the Colts on week
I'm
17.
taking it now. I'll take it now.
Me too. I'll take the L there too. I think we're playoff bound though. And then finally the Eagles at Eagles. I believe that is. No, wait. What is that? Red was what? Red is away. Yes. So at the Eagles.
L. We lose the game.
I'm taking the L also. Okay, so let's see the tally now, man. All right, man. You have wins. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins, bro. So we're going 9-7.
9-8.
9-8. My bad.
I mean,
9
I'm
and 8.
saying it. I think they can go 9-8. It's all gonna be predicated on Daniel Jones, but I'm gonna win, bro. If they win 9-8, playoff bound, great. Unless Daniel Jones, I'm at this point now, and this is the last talk I want to have about Daniel fucking Jones until the next episode. Unless Daniel Jones has top 5 numbers and is like in the MVP talk and is that dude, I don't want this guy ever to be fucking in New York ever again.
Oof. Okay, now I need to see what are top 5 numbers because now you open Pandora's box for me. So let's see. What are we basing top 5 numbers on?
Like he needs to be ranked top 5 quarterback. Like when they do the right, like
touchdowns.
I'm talking about in general. Yeah, like if you want to put him stat wise, he needs to have those numbers. I'm talking about like at the end of the year, they need to be talking about Daniel Jones as being one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Right, that's what I need.
So, no, yeah, there's no way he's top 5, bro.
Oh well, fuck it.
What if he's
I'm at that point now, bro.
What if he's in the top 10 though?
If he helps us make it to the playoffs, that's great. Send him on first class back to Durham.
So the problem is here's the problem, and here's why that's unrealistic expectations. Here's last year's top 5: Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott.
You know what, bro? We're not Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes is still a guy. Joe Burrow is a dude.
Patrick Mahomes 6, Josh 7, Burrow 8, Cousins 9, Carson 10. There's no way this guy even cracks the top 10.
What about Herbert? Justin Herbert?
He's 3.
Yeah. So okay, damn. And granted, listen, Tom Brady, especially after this contract talk, Tom Brady to me is about. Like, I think Tom Brady knows this is his last year. So I'm fucking done with him.
But there's a chance he's not going to give his all this year?
I think that listen, I'm not saying that this is probably not going to happen.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Right. But I'm saying it first. I would not be surprised if this man does not play well this year. Or does not play up to that top 5 billing anymore. Aaron Rodgers.
Even if he doesn't play up to that top 5 billing, what's the worst you think season Brady could have?
It'd probably be like still top 10, like 9, 8.
I think he would have to be hurt in order for him not to have a top 10 season.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I also Matt Stafford, he's great, he's good, but okay, he won a Super Bowl. That's what's up.
You think he's gonna calm down? You think he's gonna calm down a little bit?
I'm just saying, like. I've never been a dude that's been like, as a dude watching the other team, like thinking like, man, I don't know if we can beat Matt Stafford. I don't know if our defense can put the hat on him. And that's not saying he's a great quarterback, but he's not like those dudes. He's not like a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh. Like for me, the 4 best quarterbacks in the NFL right now: Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Tom Brady.
Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Tom Brady. You mentioned you need one more for top 5.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And that's not in any order. That's just the top 5.
Right, I get you. I understand that 100%.
Daniel Jones is not going to be in that. So that's my point, bro. I'm not done with him. Like if he balls, I'm mad. If he balls, that's great because I have his jersey. But if he doesn't ball, I'm taping his jersey, and it's going to be turning into the draft night jersey when you write the new player's name on the back.
Yo, I want Daniel Jones to do good next
No,
year,
bro, but
but
I'm not
the
done.
problem is, dude, like think about these guys. Look, Kyler Murray didn't have a whole year last year. Lamar Jackson didn't have a whole year last year. Russell Wilson didn't have a whole year last year. We're gonna have Watson back. How in the world can Daniel Jones finish in the top 10 with all these big time ballers? We're not even talking about Derek Carr. We're not even talking about Kirk Cousins or Carson Wentz, who is in the top 10. Like, yo, we have
That's
a freaking problem at quarterback. Like, it's crazy.
yeah. And I'm listen, bro. I'm a believer still. Like I still have faith that this man can do good because I still believe all those things. Two things can be true. He's not a good quarterback. He probably won't be good. But not to mention he had the worst GM in New York's history.
He's
Like
gonna
I
look
would
a lot
rather
better. We both know that.
I'd rather have Mayor Giuliani than Dave Gettleman as a GM. You know,
We both know he's gonna look better.
Pat Shermer was better. Yes, exactly. He's going to look way better with a coaching staff that actually. I mean, they got Mike Groh as an OC. They got Mike Groh, who's the OC as a wide receivers coach. Mike Kafka is the OC, who's a passing game coordinator for the Chiefs. The OC from the Bills, Dayball is our head coach now. So they have an actual I'm not saying that this is the best coaching staff, but on paper, this is by far the best coaching staff Daniel Jones has had in the league. By far.
So I got the Giants at 10-7 next season.
I got them 9-8. So we both have them winning, but I could see them easily going 7-10, 8-9. Like I'm house money, bro. If they do great and they're awesome, that's awesome.
I think
but if
even
they
7
don't,
wins for me is okay.
and if they don't, be competitive and then get Daniel Jones the fuck out of the Dodge. And then let's go get ourselves our dude. God bless you, Daniel. Go ball out in Tennessee when they look for a new QB. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, they got me Willie Willis. Never mind. Go ball out in fucking the Seahawks when they look for a new QB next year.
Yeah.
And have fun. Enjoy.
Yeah.
God bless you, Daniel. Don't come back to the New York Giants ever fucking again if you don't ball out this year. That's my thing. I believe in him. I really do. But I'm fucking done. He needs to perform. And maybe it's because of that draft. At this point, like, okay, I know, okay, if they have a plan in place and the plan doesn't involve Daniel Jones, bet. Because guess what that plan got us?
It got us, the first one, I don't know, what did it get us?
It got us it got us the two top players on the Cowboys draft board. It got us, bro. I want to touch base.
Cowboys know how to draft. Do they know what to do with their players? I don't know, but they're really good drafters.
Their whole line they develop well. Yeah, no, I think
I'm excited about
the
fact that the first two players we have them. That's awesome.
And that may be a big ass fugazi as well. That may be. Who knows?
Leaked info.
Hey, if that's the case, then they're stupid as fuck.
Right.
But hey, listen. I've already like it was. Let's just touch base about the draft because we haven't talked about it.
We will.
Oh my god!
We'll go right now. What happened?
Oh my god! I cannot believe I just turned 30 yesterday. I had a great day. My daughter's getting older. My wife is getting more beautiful. Life is great. But I wake up outside of that. I wake up and I'm like, bro,
I draft.
We have Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal on the team.
Yo.
You know how I felt about Kayvon. Full bloom love. And I was so fucking excited to talk about him when we broke him down. And I was so excited to watch his tape. And I was so excited to study the player and listen to his interviews. Evan Neal, we didn't even touch base about him enough because we were like, there's no way he's going to be there. I didn't think he was going to be there at fucking 7.
No.
So I didn't even think he was going to be there at 5. The fact that we got him at 7, like even when we drafted Kayvon Thibodeau, I'm like, okay, we're going to get Eakin because there's no way that the team is going to, if they need a left tackle, Evan Neal just played there. He's ready to go. I could not believe that they went Ickham, and I could not believe that we had a chance to go Evan. And obviously, that whole smokescreen about Charles Cross was a fugazi. Jermaine Johnson was a fugazi. Nobody knows what the hell Joe Shane is doing, which is awesome. And I cannot believe that the Giants did it. And the rest of the draft, you listen, I will not tell you I'd Cardell Flott, Wandale Robinson, Joshua Ezuju. I didn't know who those dudes were.
Yep.
Obviously, if you watch college football, you see plays and you see them, and you're like, oh. So when I saw him, maybe Wandale Robinson was like, oh, I remember him, but really? And then when you pull him up, okay, listen, they all have the same type of profile: athletic, upside, consistent as far as being on the field,
durable, right? Exactly.
Yeah, scheme fits, and I think I'm especially Joshua Zuju. I like that pick because we watched the tape and my man can ball. My man can play. He as a guard, he's a really interesting
do you think
dude.
he starts?
I'm surprised. Some people have him on the depth chart as starting. I'm surprised. I think he's probably going to be. I would like for him to be depth and then let him compete. And if he ends up winning it out, bet that means he was the best guard available because he's going to have the chance to be. He's going to have the benefit to be able to play with Evan Neal on one side. With Andrew Thomas on one side, Jonathan Feliciano on the other side. So there's at least going to be some consistency with who the guys are next to him. And obviously he's athletic enough to be able to, he's going to be athletic enough, I think, to be able to play. But I'd be very, very, it'd be interesting. I think Shane Lemieux gets it, but it'd be interesting.
So,
obviously the rest of the draft, I talked about it. We got our starting tight end, Daniel Bellinger. He better start.
He's not going to start.
We need to get it. What? You don't think he's going to start? You think it'll be like what, second string? Like second? Like, well, I mean, I guess most times you have a 2 tight end set anyways, right?
Right. But the Giants are going to go with 11 personnel most of the time because we have Kansas City and Buffalo here in New York. We're not going too many 2 tight end sets, I think, in this offense, to be honest. But
so you don't think Daniel Bellinger is going to start, huh? I think so. I would rather him start because I feel like he's the most complete tight end on the roster.
I agree with that, but I think that the better route run and the better catcher is not him. And I think they're going to want that more out of their tight ends than they want to have a tight end that's balanced, to be honest. I don't think they're too worried about run blocking tight end. I think Ricky Seals-Jones starts for the Giants next year.
Okay.
But we'll see. I mean, it's nice and early.
Hey,
we'll see.
We talked about Dane Belton on the pod. A strong safety type of player from Iowa.
I think he steals Love's job.
Really? Wow. Okay. I think he's good. I mean, I think he's good depth piece, and I like the upside he has. And obviously, he's a dude that didn't really show a lot of speed on tape. Like a lot of people thought he'd be like that bruiser, strong safety that Iowa produces, like Geno Stone from the Ravens and stuff like that. But hey, my man did run a low 4.40 in the combine.
Wait. Who said he wasn't fast?
I just Daniel Jeremiah, Todd McShay, like they just kind of had these things.
Because watching his tape, I was really impressed with it.
I guess they said the one thing about him is can he stand up to those speed guys, and like does he have the speed to be able to cover up high as an up high safety? Does he have the speed to be able to cover wide receivers?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think he's gonna be in the box, to be honest. I
prefer him to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be in the box. I think that he has a better zone coverage than my boy Love. So
okay.
I think when you're talking about the safety roles in a cover 1 and a cover 3 type of defense, you don't need them to play a lot of man. You need them to play a lot of zone. And I think that we got the guys to play that zone coverage in McKinney and now in Belton. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Here's one thing before I talk about even the draft. We traded down to get more picks. And we
we had 3 5s and
11 picks in total, right? 11 picks in total. And we brought in the house of undrafted players. We have so many bodies that this is the year where I'm not gonna be surprised if somebody is just magically cut week 2 of training camp, and you're like, whoa, he was gonna be a starter, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see this year where
I think Jimenez is done.
I think so too.
I think, sadly, Carter Coughlin might be gone as well because I like Carter Coughlin.
Yeah, but
Cam Brown, I think he's a really good special teams player, and that does mean something because he's athletic as hell, and they like athletic dudes. That's what this coaching staff has shown. They love athletic upsides, and Cam Brown does have an athletic upside. But yeah, Darius Slayton, I think he's probably gone as well.
don't do that.
I know.
He's my breakout, but if he's gone, he's gone. But he's my breakout player. I still will keep an eye on him, even no matter where he goes.
After you.
If
About the
he
Giants.
gets cut, he's gonna end up in Green Bay. If he gets
That'd be
cut,
the
he ends
best
up in
thing.
Green Bay, and that'll be the best
That'd
place
be
for
the
him.
best thing.
Exactly. Just off the rip, here I'm gonna talk about Kayvon, Evan, Wandell, Joshua Ezeudu, Cordell Flott. I saw the interviews for all those guys, and off the bat, what jumps off of you is their character, their demeanor. I mean, you're bringing in, like you mentioned, Manny, dogs. DAWG, dogs. Yo, all those guys kept saying was iron sharpens iron, blah, 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 blah. Yo, I'm here to compete, blah, 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 blah. Like, everything they said was, yo, like, these are the kind of guys that I want on my squad now. And now think about it like this. You got Kayvon Thibodeau, you're going to have a Cesar Jalari, and they're going to be going every time in practice, especially training camp, against Thomas and against Evan Neal. That's awesome, bro. The bookends of the offense and defense are going to be just clamping against each other all day, brother. Like,
It's gonna be like back in the day when David Deal and McKenzie, or David Deal and Booth, or
had to deal
another
with Strahan. They had to deal with.
Yeah, was it McKenzie?
I don't even remember those guys, but
Okay, yeah, McKenzie and David Deal against
Strahan, OC,
Strahan,
whatever.
OC, Tuck,
Yeah,
Matthias,
yeah,
JPP later on.
yeah. Our linemen are gonna get better just off of practice, because they're gonna get dogs at them. Then you got Cordell Flott, who's gonna have to cover Wendell in every single damn practice, bro. Like, how is this guy not gonna pan out to be a decent corner, especially a slot corner? Like, maybe not year one, but man, he's gonna have a tough practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love what I'm seeing here out of this team. Ezeudu, he impressed me so much because of his speech impediment, and he still has the courage to get on a podium and talk. I'm rooting for that guy over anybody, man. I need that guy to be somebody, to be a big time guard in this league, not only for the Giants but for his personal message to grow. And what better place to go and have that message grow than in New York, tri-state area. So listen, I don't know what this squad is gonna become. Dayton Belton, again, he's my underdog to take the strong safety position. These guys are gonna do good jobs, man. The linebackers off the rip, I could easily see McFadden and Bieber starting week 1 because this guy Martinez is probably not gonna be playing, right?
That's a good point. Okay. Oh, so you think they're gonna outsource Tay?
Tay Crowder sucks. I'll tell you this much though. Tay Crowder is really good at run defense. He's really good at blitzing. So Tay Crowder might be in that mix. For sure.
I'm a niche on this team.
I like Beavers in coverage better than I do not Beavers, I'm sorry. I like McFadden.
Micah?
I like Micah better in coverage than I do Beavers. So I can't see, and I just don't see how. I could be wrong though, but if for run purposes, I would rather have Beavers than Tay Crowder. So I would prefer to have Beavers and McFadden on the base defense, though. To be honest.
Hey, you mentioned the Giants got 11 draft picks and they got a good amount of undrafted free agents.
Sure.
Hey, just 34 minutes ago, Aaron Wilson tweeted out the Giants signed 11 undrafted free agents that for training camp for rookie mini camp tomorrow.
And obviously, a lot of those undrafted guys are getting pretty much tryouts. They're not really gonna.
I think there's at least one dude who has a legit shot to be in the mix.
Out of the undrafted, maybe more than one.
Yeah.
Maybe more than one.
Actually, I think there's 4 dudes I can see right now, and they're at the very top of this list. Austin Allen, tight end, the 6'9" dude from Nebraska.
Okay.
Good God, 6'9" as a tight end. That's tall. Jeremiah Hall, the fullback from Oklahoma. Remember the tape I showed you of him? He's a player. He's a dude that I thought can come in. He can play that H-back, that tight end in the backfield position that they like.
Yeah, that kind of serve as a what's this guy in San Francisco who just is all over the place.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Juszczyk, is that kind of what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
He's gonna have like that kind of game, like he's gonna be just taking passes and stuff like that.
I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be like very much like a Elijah Penny, but a little more athletic, and I like him a lot more as a receiver.
There's so many guys who are gonna be just.
Yusuf Poker, he's a safety. He's a dude that like.
I heard his name being mentioned a lot. I don't know much about him, but a lot of Twitter is talking about that.
I'll say this: I like Christian Hinton from Michigan way better than the dude they drafted from Arizona State.
Who they drafted from Arizona State?
Davidson is his last name. I'm not his tape.
Defensive tackle. Okay.
Yeah, I would have. I like Christian Hinton. Chris Hinton. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I think this team's gonna be. I think that there's gonna be a few. I think that our dude Sal, shout out Sal. Our dude Sal on Twitter was mentioning to us in the spaces. And for any of you Giants fans, I always want to just be able to talk in some spaces. There's a bunch on Giants Twitter. Don't listen to these stupid ass dudes like Cop Sizzle that go ahead and talk and then block you. Don't listen to them. This is 2022, and there's college kids that are making 6 figures in college. God bless them. They're going to come into the league as pros when it comes to handling money already. So God bless them. Don't listen to those old mindsets. Those are done. I think the Giants are going to, Sal was mentioning on Twitter, the Giants are going to probably, that he thinks that there's a very good chance that there's going to be like you mentioned, a good amount of players that we thought were going to be starters or at least dudes that are going to be able to have a niche on his team. There are going to be a lot of guys out of here, and they're going to be in flux with all this talent on the defense, on the undrafted side.
I can't see Carter Coughlin staying in this team. I can't see.
What did you think of Carter Coughlin?
Huh?
What did you think of Carter Coughlin?
Yo, to be honest, I don't even remember Carter Coughlin. To be honest,
that's all we need to know.
Yeah, like dude, like I know that I remember seeing some flashes, but like he was hurt all of last year, wasn't he? Like most of last year, he was hurt, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone, bro. Dude, I'm looking at the depth chart, right? And I see a lot of guys on the 3rd and the 4th string that they might not make it. This team is the depth chart. Coach is gonna want to fill up that depth chart, bro. It's gonna be interesting. But with that being said, man, anything else that we want to add on to this before we close this out right here? Anything
man.
Out?
I just want to just say, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
I'm really looking forward to the future of this team, man. I really am. I love the fact that we got 2 bookend dudes on each side of the ball in the first round. I love the fact that this team had an actual plan and it wasn't Dave Gettleman drafting 3 fucking cornerbacks in the same draft or, drafting 3 defensive tackles and like with your last 2 picks and none of them playing, none of them even like sniffing the field. I'm so happy with what the Giants did as far as from a plan. Maybe I would have gone after different players, but I love the plan they have. I love the the actual carte blanche that was shown when Shane ran that show, it was Shane's show. There's no more debate. The Mara mandate is dead. And that shit does no bearings anymore. So I'm excited. Rookie mini camps tomorrow. I'm excited to see these boys go there and play.
Yeah, but
and
when are they
perform.
gonna tell about if they're gonna show any of that stuff? Like, are we gonna be
I
able to
imagine
see it?
they will, and I hope they open up the press booth because I cannot wait to just hear these dudes start speaking. You know that the first guys are going to be Kayvon and Evan.
That's
I can't wait to hear these guys. I can't wait to see these guys on the field. And man, I can't wait to break it down with you, bro.
So,
you know how I always feel. Thank you.
Absolutely, brother. You already know, man. Two things real quick that I want to kind of touch on base. Like I am kind of getting the vision of what the Giants kind of want to do next year, kind of sort of. On defense, looks like it's going to be a stop the run, try to play third and long, and blitz your ass off on third and long. Like, they understand that their secondary is not there, but they're going to make sure that on first down, second down, you're not getting yardage, and we're going to blitz, not give you enough time to throw the ball on third down. If you're going to throw it short, you're not going to reach the sticks. That's the defensive outlook that the vibe that I'm picking up. I could be wrong, but that's the vibe that I'm picking up from the defense. From the offense, it looks like we're going to have a copycat of the NFL. It looks like we're going to see Wan'Dale Robinson line up at running back sometimes. It looks like we're going to see Saquon at wide receiver. We're going to see Tony at wide receiver. It looks like they want this to be a confusing offense. My only one question on the offense is Kafka going to include the motions that he did in Kansas City? If Kafka brings the motion that he has in Kansas City, I'm okay with my outrageous 10-win season. Why? Because it's also a really bad schedule that we have. I'm not saying that this team can compete with elite teams, but guess what? We're not seeing too many elite teams in the regular season. We might see them in the playoffs. We might get destroyed in the playoffs round one. But as far as the regular season, if Kafka brings the motion, if this offense can go from what?
Last
29th, 30th type of thing, top five worst five offense to the middle of the pack. If we could go and we could score 21 to 24 points per game, yeah, I'm nobody's taking 10 wins away from me, man. Like, yo, I the biggest mistake that I did, I'm here, and here's what I did too. And I'm gonna say this to everybody watching, all two people watching right now, this jump off. The Giants last year were bad, and I was convinced they were bad. But because of Twitter, and I was being so negative according to Twitter, when I was breaking down the team, they forced me to change my train of thought, and I had a positive outlook for the season.
Yeah.
I'm not changing my outlook this year. Right now, I have the Giants as a successful team, successful season, winning team this year.
Rising team. Yo, bro, if that happens, Dayball's winning Coach of the Year.
He absolutely should. 10 wins to win your Coach of the Year. If you're Brian Daboll. And front off and GM of the Year, everybody should be winning awards in that team.
So with that record, does DJ stay? Does he get another contract? Is he the dude?
No, because it's like you said, if he's in the top 10, he should get a contract. He should get a franchise tag. But
yeah, and I wouldn't be mad if he was like top 10 and got a franchise tag, but don't even 100%. Talk about an extension.
But if you're unless not in the top 10, if you're not in the top 10, you can't come back next year. I'm sorry.
I said it, bro. The ceiling for me is 9-8. The Giants lose in the first round of the playoffs in the wild card, and then they send Daniel Jones back to Durham.
Yeah.
I'm there now. I love Daniel Jones, and I'm a supporter because he's the Giants quarterback, and I want them to win. I want him to succeed. I want him to get the bag. Go get the bag, Daniel. But if he doesn't, it's okay. I appreciate you, bro.
I'm gonna stick until further notice. I'm gonna stick to the Giants having 10-win season, and we're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna as we get closer, as we start seeing the pieces actually fit in the puzzle, we'll see if my mind changes. Obviously, we're gonna have the predictions and all that stuff way before the season starts. At the point the season starts, I'm good for now, Manny. What's good with you, man? Whoa, you good? You good to go? You good to wrap this one up?
Man, I appreciate you, bro. And this was a good show. And thank you for everyone that came in and tuned in, that continue to watch, that continue to interact with us. We're looking forward to it. And yo, we got more coming in. We're gonna be very active this summer, so stick with us.